Since 2018, the G20 Education Working Group has been gathering education authorities of the world's largest economies with a view to mutually support the promotion of quality education for all. In previous meetings, the G20 education ministries have agreed that education is not only a right, but also an enabler for human dignity and empowerment, equity, equality, and inclusiveness, socioeconomic growth, active citizenship, prosperity, peace, and well-being. The relationship between schools and communities has always been part of this conversation. This year, this relationship has become one of the key topics for discussion and deliberation in the Education Working Group. G20 members and invited countries decided to showcase, through videos, some of their own examples of school community engagement practices. The grounding force of these examples speak for themselves about the diverse range of existing experiences and the importance of this topic for schools and communities around the globe.
I was thinking about how I can connect the curriculum to extend their learning beyond the classroom.
Best practice I'm particularly proud of would be to give students a voice that are heard outside of the confines of the school. So to take what they have to say or what they produce outside into the community.
I come here to teach all the people who are illiterate. I teach them basics such as numbers, alphabets in English as well as in other languages.
Lebih memilih pembelajaran yang model menyentuh dekat dengan masyarakat karena dengan kegiatan pembelajaran yang seperti gini anak-anak lebih merasakan dan berpengalaman karena mereka melakukan aktivitas yang baru.
Most of my classes were very focused on memorization and regurgitating things, and Mr. Brady gave me a chance to actually explore my interest and see what I thought of different things and where I wanted to take my own learning.
Many of our students volunteer beyond the 80-hour requirement as they come to realize the positive impact that their service brings to the beneficiaries as well as to themselves.
Universities around the world are also finding ways to increase community engagement. In South Korea, for instance, universities are actively working with local communities to grow alongside them and become hubs of regional innovation. In Saudi Arabia, as well as in many other countries, law students provide legal services to the community, often with a specific focus on the needs of women. And in India, the Institute of Technology of Madras has instilled the interest of school students in science by providing access to 3D animations and virtual reality devices, also with a special focus on girls. Another interesting experience comes from the African Union, which through the campaign Africa Educates Her, aims to ensure girls' rights to education during emergencies and support their lifelong learning.
¿Qué significa ser comunidad de aprendizaje? Pues que todos los sectores de la comunidad educativa pueden intervenir y de hecho intervienen en la toma de decisiones.
Nasıl oldu Ahmet?
Hocam elinizde konuşma sağlık.
Yani sıkıntını çözdün mü bilmiyorum. Olursa yine bir kere.
Tamam, teşekkür ediyorum.
Bei uns ist es so, dass Schüler auch mitentscheiden und nicht nur die Lektoren oder Lehrer. Diese Maßnahmen dieser Schule haben mich sehr selbstbewusster gemacht. Wo ich neu in Deutschland kam, war ich nicht so selbstbewusst. Das hat mich dann viel stärker gemacht.
A criação da Comissão de Pais encarregada de Educação é uma grande mais-valia porque nós vemos que a escola deve estar ligada à comunidade. Então, a comissão ajuda a sensibilizar as crianças a aderirem à escola.
Kenapa saya harus sekolah? Ya, pokok pertamanya saya buat mendidik anak-anak kan namanya keluaran SD mungkin jadi mengenal misal mah ini tuh rumus apaan ya mungkin bisa ngasih tahu apa itu limit gitu, apa integral, ya alhamdulillah gitu ya itu dalam matematika.
No children were ever asked any questions and we thought we need to hear the voice of the kids to see what they're saying because that's the real story of what makes you ready for school. And we actually found that 80% of the kids didn't care about their school bags or their shoes or anything. They wanted to be able to feel safe and they needed to feel safe at home so that they felt safe going to school.
Active community participation in education makes the process more inclusive and collaborative. When students, teachers, and families have a voice, citizenship is strengthened, fostering an environment where everyone contributes to decisions and collective success.
C'est quoi l'objectif de tout ça? Pourquoi on enseigne l'agroalimentaire aux enfants?
Ça fait en sorte qu'ils sont beaucoup plus conscients de ce qu'ils consomment, puis aussi de la façon qu'ils le font.
We also built the water reservoir in our garden to save water. We bought seeds and planted them in our garden using an organic compost. We took turns in watering and taking care of our garden.
C'est quand même beaucoup d'efforts là, du semis jusqu'à l'assiette. Puis ça, je pense que de le voir, ça fait en sorte qu'après, ils apprécient l'aliment qu'ils vont consommer. Puis ils vão se poser des questions. Cette carotte-là, est-ce qu'elle a poussé dans des conditions idéales pour ma santé puis pour l'environnement?
Aluno bem alimentado, o aluno bem nutrido, ele aprende melhor.
Itu sangat membantu buat kita beberapa rumah di sini yang menggunakan air sumur ini. Sangat membantu dalam arti karena perubahan air yang kita lihat sangat jernih sekarang. Dengan adanya filter yang dibuat dari adik-adik dari SMP Nusantara.
Est-ce que vous faites du jardinage juste à l'école? Vous en faites à la maison aussi? Ah ouais? Qu'est-ce que vous faites pousser à la maison?
On fait pousser des carottes, des tomates, un peu de légumes, puis aussi chez ma mamie.
O feijãozinho, o arroz. É o que eu mais gosto de comer.
Você não pode só comer arroz, feijão e carne. Não, você tem que ter uma verdura. Aí que entrou o PENAI com essa seleção da agricultura familiar.
E agora eu saber que eles estão comendo comida boa, produzida por mim, isso é um orgulho muito grande, viu, minha gente?
Food is not just nutrition. It is a way to teach about community, sustainability, and culture. Awareness of responsible food practices transforms schools and communities, encouraging the development of sustainable habits from an early age.
Le principal projet qu'on a mis en place depuis 2 ans, c'est la revégétalisation de notre collège, qui consiste tout simplement à désimperméabiliser une partie de la cour pour replanter de la verdure, des arbres et ajouter de l'écosystème dans notre collège.
I think there's a great affinity with being outdoors, with nature, and with some of the challenges we have around that, such as climate change, biodiversity, and increasing sustainability for the future.
我们学校在乡村振兴这个事情也是下大力气，考虑到非遗，它这个土壤在哪，土壤就在乡村。
This is young people mapping their space, recording the biodiversity, implementing interventions, maybe building a pond, for example, and then recording the impact on that and how it increases biodiversity.
Our school has named the area around our school as Shoshigaka Field, and we contribute to the local communities through educational practices using the field. The Shoshigaka Field is crushed by the 2 large areas, Otsumi Park, Tissue Forest.
As you can see, this step-like structure now. It was not like this before. One would say it was a dumping site with a small place where people can come and fetch water. It is really miserable. To think that small learners can take a stand to help their community, it is really heartwarming. It is heartwarming to think that learners from Toli Senior Secondary School could do such a big project while they're so small for the benefit of the community.
On n'a plus le temps d'attendre que des autres le fassent à notre place. Aujourd'hui, on est obligé de s'occuper de ce qui se passera dans notre avenir.
Come proteggereste il vostro pianeta?
Eliminando l'utilizzo di bottiglie di plastica.
Incentivando l'utilizzo di energie rinnovabili.
Educando noi stessi a saper stare al mondo.
Around 1,000 students walk through the center of Hamamatsu City, where our school is located, carrying boards advocating for environmental issues. We then went to the city hall and submitted a proposal to the mayor of Hamamatsu City. This proposal led to the creation of opportunities for young people to discuss climate issues.
Alors vraiment, si vous avez la possibilité de le faire, engagez-vous dans la cause des éco-délégués parce que franchement, ça vaut le coup.
Engage-toi pour notre planète, sauve-nous et sauve les générations futures.
Sustainable development begins with education about the environment and the community. Children learn early on the importance of caring for the world around them, and that small actions can lead to significant impacts for the future.
Ich habe an meiner Schule gelernt, dass es nicht darum geht, sehr viel zu wissen und damit dann besser ist als andere, sondern es den anderen zu übermitteln, sodass man dann als Team stärker ist als alleine.
You can see the pride and joy on the students' faces, and that goes a long way in boosting their confidence, and that's something you don't get in a classroom.
My vision is that education be geared not towards how can I rise above the crowd, but what piece of improving this planet can I take on? And how can I inspire that in the systems I exist in, the institutions I exist in, so that we have a world that is really geared towards mutual success.
School community engagement practices have proven to be potential catalysts of sustainable development in its three dimensions: environmental, economic, and social. Strengthening the connection between schools and communities is fostering practical and meaningful learning, thus having a positive effect on learning outcomes. The virtual exhibition organized this year allowed the group to identify a range of inspiring practices worldwide. The examples showcased can provide inspiration to countries and institutions on how schools and communities can engage with each other with due regard to diverse needs and contexts.